Your feet are screaming a warning, and most doctors aren't listening. Here's what I mean. You crawl into bed at night, pull up the covers, and your legs feel like ice, even though the room is warm. You walk to the mailbox, and by the time you're back, your calves are cramping, your feet are tingling, or they feel so heavy you need to sit down. You go to the doctor. They run tests. Your heart, fine. Your cholesterol, managed. So they send you home with vague advice. It's just aging. Stay active. But here's the uncomfortable truth most seniors are never told. Poor circulation doesn't start in your legs. It starts in your metabolism. And no, this is not just about getting older. This is about what's happening inside your blood vessels right now at the cellular level that you can still control. What if I told you that the coldness, the numbness, the weakness you feel in your legs isn't because your vessels are clogged, but because the lining of those vessels has forgotten how to respond? That your blood isn't flowing like water anymore, it's flowing like syrup? And that your liver, your insulin, and even the timing of your meals are quietly choking off circulation to the farthest parts of your body? Here's the empowering part. Your body has built-in repair systems, and when you support them with the right foods, at the right time, in the right combinations, powerful things begin to happen. Blood vessels relax, oxygen delivery increases, inflammation drops, and circulation returns to places it hasn't reached in years. I'm Dr. William Lee, and I've spent decades researching how the body heals itself, especially the vascular system. Today, I'm going to show you 12 specific foods, not supplements, not medications, that directly improve circulation to your legs and feet by working on the root causes: insulin resistance, endothelial damage, inflammation, and vascular tone. By the end of this video, you'll understand why low-fat diets often worsen circulation, how certain plant compounds signal blood vessels to open, why sugar damages circulation faster than cholesterol ever could, and how to build a simple daily protocol that supports blood flow naturally. If this topic matters to you or someone you love, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Section 1, the insulin-circulation connection. No one talks about. Here's the first misunderstood reason circulation declines in your legs and feet as you age. It's not cholesterol. It's insulin damage to the vessel lining. Let me explain this clearly. Think of insulin like a traffic controller in your bloodstream. When insulin is low and stable, traffic flows smoothly, blood moves freely, vessels stay relaxed, and oxygen reaches even your toes. But when insulin is chronically elevated, from frequent snacking, refined carbs, or so-called heart-healthy processed foods, the traffic lights stay red. Blood vessels constrict, nitric oxide production drops, and the smallest vessels, the ones feeding your feet, are the first to suffer. Here's what the research shows. Insulin resistance directly impairs endothelial function. The endothelium is that thin, intelligent lining inside your arteries that decides when to widen or narrow. High insulin makes this lining stiff and unresponsive. Even worse, it increases oxidative stress, which literally scavenges nitric oxide before it can do its job. This is why so many seniors say, "My heart is fine, but my legs feel weak, cold, or numb." The issue isn't the pump, it's the pipe's ability to respond. Now here's the empowering part. Certain foods don't just lower blood sugar, they restore insulin sensitivity and reawaken nitric oxide signaling. And the first group of foods does this at the metabolic level. Food number 1, leafy greens, especially arugula, spinach, and beet greens. These are rich in natural nitrates. Inside your body, nitrates convert into nitric oxide, the very molecule that tells blood vessels to relax. Studies show this pathway becomes even more critical with age because enzyme-based nitric oxide production naturally declines. Protocol: have a large handful of leafy greens once per day, ideally earlier in the day or with your largest meal. Pair them with healthy fats like olive oil. Fat improves nitrate absorption. Food number 2, beets. Beets are not a sugar bomb when eaten correctly. Their unique compounds, betalins, reduce oxidative stress in blood vessels while enhancing nitric oxide availability. Clinical studies consistently show improved blood flow to the legs after beet consumption, even in older adults. Best timing: 1/2 to 1 cup of cooked beets or beet salad, 3 to 4 times per week, ideally before a walk. This amplifies circulation during movement. Food number 3, extra virgin olive oil. This is not just a fat, it's vascular medicine. Olive oil polyphenols reduce inflammation in the endothelial lining and improve insulin signaling. In Mediterranean population studies, higher olive oil intake correlates with better peripheral circulation and lower risk of vascular decline. Protocol: 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, uncooked, drizzled on vegetables, or taken with meals. Heat destroys the beneficial compounds. Now here's the mistake to avoid. Many seniors add these foods but keep insulin high by grazing all day. If insulin stays elevated, nitric oxide can't do its job. One simple lifestyle amplifier: create a 12 to 14-hour eating window. This gives insulin time to fall and allows blood vessels to regain responsiveness. If this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day, focused on fixing root causes, not chasing symptoms. The takeaway from this section is simple but powerful. If you want better blood flow to your legs and feet, you must calm insulin and nourish the vessel lining at the same time, and food is one of the fastest ways to do that. Next, we're going to talk about blood thickness, inflammation, and why some foods make your blood flow like honey, while others make it flow like water. Section 2. Blood quality. Why thickness matters more than blockages. The second major reason circulation fails in the legs and feet has nothing to do with blockages. It has to do with blood that's too thick, too sticky, and too inflamed. Here's what's really going on inside your body. As we age, red blood cells lose flexibility. Instead of gliding smoothly through tiny capillaries, they become rigid and clump together. Inflammation, high blood sugar, and poor fat quality make this worse. The result? Slow, sluggish blood flow, especially in the smallest vessels of your calves, ankles, and toes. Let me give you a simple analogy. Imagine trying to push marbles through a drinking straw. That's thick, inflamed blood moving through tiny vessels. Now imagine pushing water through that same straw, same pipe. Completely different flow. Most circulation problems in seniors are a blood quality problem, not a plumbing problem. What the research shows is that chronic low-grade inflammation increases fibrinogen, a blood protein that makes blood more viscous. At the same time, oxidative stress damages red blood cell membranes, making them stiff and sticky. This dramatically reduces oxygen delivery to nerves and muscles in the legs. Now, the good news: there are specific foods that act like natural blood thinners, not by interfering with clotting dangerously, but by improving red blood cell flexibility and lowering inflammatory signaling. Food number 4, wild fatty fish, sardines, salmon, mackerel. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which incorporate directly into red blood cell membranes. This makes the cells more flexible, allowing them to pass easily through narrow capillaries. Clinical studies show omega-3s reduce blood viscosity and improve peripheral blood flow, particularly in older adults and those with metabolic syndrome. Protocol: eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. If using a supplement, look for at least 1,000 milliliters of combined EPA and DHA per day taken with food. Food number 5, garlic. Garlic improves circulation through multiple mechanisms. It reduces platelet aggregation, lowers inflammatory markers, and enhances nitric oxide availability. Aged garlic extract, in particular, has been shown to improve peripheral circulation and walking distance in people with compromised blood flow. Practical use: 1 to 2 fresh cloves daily, crushed and allowed to sit for 10 minutes before cooking, or use a standardized aged garlic supplement. Food number 6, berries, especially blueberries and blackberries. These are rich in anthocyanins, compounds that strengthen capillary walls and reduce oxidative damage. They also improve insulin sensitivity, which indirectly improves blood flow. Best approach: 1/2 to 1 cup per day, ideally earlier in the day or after a meal, not as a standalone sugar snack. Now, here's an important mistake to avoid. Many seniors focus on low-fat diets to protect their heart, but this often increases refined carbohydrate intake. High sugar intake thickens blood faster than saturated fat ever could. A simple amplifier here: Hydration plus minerals. Dehydration alone can increase blood viscosity by up to 10%. Add a pinch of sea salt or electrolytes to water once per day to support blood volume and flow, especially if you're eating lower carb. The key takeaway from this section: your circulation improves dramatically when your blood flows more like water, not syrup. When you reduce inflammation, improve fat quality, and support red blood cell flexibility, blood reaches places it hasn't reached in years. Next, we're going to look at a surprising organ that controls leg circulation more than your heart ever will, the liver, and the foods that restore its ability to support blood flow. Section 3. The liver, your hidden circulation command center. Most people are shocked by this, but one of the strongest drivers of poor circulation to the legs and feet is a sluggish, overworked liver. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Your liver isn't just a detox organ, it's a metabolic command center. It regulates blood sugar, manages fats, produces inflammatory signals, and controls how much nitric oxide blocking debris circulates in your bloodstream. When the liver is overloaded, usually from excess sugar, refined carbs, alcohol, or industrial seed oils, it releases inflammatory molecules and triglyceride-rich particles into the blood. These particles damage the endothelial lining of blood vessels, especially in the lower extremities where blood pressure is already working against gravity. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your liver like a water treatment plant. When it's functioning well, the water leaving the plant is clean and free-flowing. But when the filters are clogged, dirty water flows downstream. The farthest neighborhoods, your feet and toes, feel the effects first. This is why people with fatty liver disease, even mild or undiagnosed, often experience cold feet, leg fatigue, and numbness even before major lab abnormalities show up. What the research shows is that non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is strongly associated with endothelial dysfunction and reduced peripheral blood flow, independent of heart disease. Now here's the encouraging part. There are foods that directly unload the liver, reduce hepatic fat, and lower inflammatory output. And when the liver calms down, circulation improves downstream. Food number 7, cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower. These vegetables activate liver detoxification pathways, especially phase 2 enzymes. They also reduce liver fat accumulation and lower inflammatory signaling. Practical protocol: 1 to 2 cups per day, lightly cooked. Overcooking destroys beneficial compounds. Think tender crisp. Food number 8, avocado. Avocados improve liver fat metabolism and insulin sensitivity. They're rich in potassium, which helps counteract vascular constriction, and monounsaturated fats that reduce inflammatory lipids coming from the liver. Use it this way: 1/2 to 1 avocado per day, paired with vegetables or protein, not alone with refined carbs. Food 9, green tea. Green tea catechins reduce liver fat accumulation and improve endothelial function. They also increase nitric oxide availability indirectly by lowering oxidative stress. Timing matters: 1 to 2 cups per day earlier in the day, away from iron-rich meals to avoid absorption issues. Now here's a key mistake. Many seniors try to fix circulation by exercising harder while the liver is still inflamed. That often backfires, increasing cortisol and further impairing blood flow. Instead, pair liver-supportive foods with gentle post-meal movement. A 10-minute walk after meals reduces liver glucose load and improves leg circulation almost immediately. If this is resonating with you, consider subscribing. I share evidence-based strategies like this every day, focused on restoring function, not managing decline. The core takeaway here: when you clean up what the liver sends into the bloodstream, blood vessels downstream finally get a break. Circulation improves not by force, but by removing the friction. Next, we're going to talk about minerals and vascular tone, and why deficiencies in just 2 minerals can keep your legs cold, no matter how healthy your diet looks. Section 4, the mineral gap: why your vessels can't relax. If circulation to your legs and feet is poor, even though you're eating well, moving regularly, and managing blood sugar, there's a high chance you're missing one critical piece: vascular tone controlled by minerals. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Blood vessels aren't passive tubes. They're dynamic muscles. They tighten and relax thousands of times per day in response to signals. And two of the strongest signals come from magnesium and potassium. As we age, deficiencies in these minerals become extremely common. Medications, lower stomach acid, reduced intake of whole foods, and chronic stress all drain them. And when these minerals drop, blood vessels stay slightly constricted, especially in the lower body. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine trying to open a door with rusty hinges. The door isn't blocked, it just won't swing smoothly. Magnesium and potassium are the oil on those hinges. Without them, blood vessels don't relax fully, even when nitric oxide is present. This is why some seniors say, "I eat greens, I walk, my labs look okay, but my feet are still cold." What the research shows is that magnesium deficiency is directly linked to endothelial dysfunction, increased vascular resistance, and impaired blood flow. Potassium, on the other hand, helps counteract sodium-induced constriction and supports proper nerve signaling to the vessels. Now, let's talk about the foods that restore this balance naturally. Food number 10, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest whole food sources of magnesium. Magnesium relaxes smooth muscle in blood vessel walls, allowing better blood flow to the extremities. Protocol: 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, ideally with a meal. Avoid roasted seeds with inflammatory oils. Raw or dry roasted is best. Food: for ours at 11, beans and lentils, used strategically. These are high in potassium and fiber, which improves insulin sensitivity and vascular tone. For seniors who tolerate them well, they can be powerful for circulation, especially when eaten after activity. Best approach: 1/2 cup cooked, paired with protein and fat. If blood sugar is a concern, start small and observe your response. Food. You're 12. Cocoa. Real cocoa, not candy. Cocoa is rich in magnesium and flavonols that directly improve endothelial function. Studies show cocoa flavonols increase blood flow to the lower extremities and improve walking endurance in older adults. Practical use: 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder added to yogurt, smoothies, or warm water. Avoid sugar-sweetened products. Now, here's an important warning. Many seniors reduce salt aggressively for blood pressure, but without replacing potassium. This imbalance actually worsens circulation. Blood pressure may look controlled, but blood flow declines. A smarter approach: mineral balance, not mineral elimination. Another simple amplifier: deep, slow nasal breathing, especially exhaling longer than you inhale, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This reduces vascular constriction and improves blood flow to the legs within minutes. The key takeaway from this section: you can't force blood vessels to relax. You have to give them the nutrients they need to do it naturally. When mineral levels are restored, blood flow improves quietly, steadily, and sustainably. Next, we're going to bring everything together with one of the most powerful and overlooked circulation enhancers of all: timing, rhythm, and daily flow signals that tell your body it's safe to send blood to the legs again. Section 5. Timing is everything. Why when you eat matters, as much as what you eat. By this point, you can see that circulation isn't controlled by a single food or nutrient. It's controlled by signals, and one of the strongest signals your body responds to is timing and rhythm. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Blood flow is prioritized based on perceived survival needs. When your body senses stress, chaos, or constant feeding, it shunts blood toward the core, the heart, liver, and brain, and away from the periphery. Your legs and feet are the first to lose out. This is why circulation often worsens in people who snack all day, eat late at night, sleep poorly, or live in a constant low-grade stress response, even if their food choices look healthy. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your circulation like a city's power grid. During emergencies, electricity is rerouted to essential buildings. The outskirts go dark. But when the system is calm and predictable, power flows everywhere. Your legs and feet are the outskirts. What the research shows is that circadian rhythm alignment, consistent meal timing, daylight exposure, and sleep improves insulin sensitivity, lowers cortisol, and restores nitric oxide signaling. All three are required for good peripheral circulation. Now let's talk about foods that work best when timing is correct. Food strategy, Jacques 13, polyphenol timing. Foods like berries, cocoa, green tea, and olive oil work best when insulin is low to moderate. When eaten during constant snacking, their vascular benefits are blunted. Simple protocol: eat these foods with meals, not between meals. Then allow 3 to 4 hours between eating windows. Another powerful timing tool, morning light plus movement. A short walk in morning sun resets circadian rhythm, lowers daytime insulin, and improves blood flow to the legs throughout the day. Even 5 to 10 minutes matters. Now here's a critical mistake. Many seniors try to fix circulation with aggressive fasting, long fasts, skipped protein, or undereating. This raises cortisol and actually reduces blood flow to the extremities. The goal is metabolic calm, not metabolic stress. A better approach? A gentle 12 to 14-hour overnight fast with protein at each meal and no late-night eating. Now let's connect this to one more food-based signal. Food strategy, NR 14, protein from whole foods, especially eggs and fish protein, stabilizes blood sugar and prevents insulin spikes that constrict blood vessels. Eggs, in particular, contain compounds that support nitric oxide production and vascular repair. Use this protocol. Include 25 to 35 grams of protein per meal. This stabilizes circulation for hours. If this is helping you see your body differently, consider subscribing. I post evidence-based content like this every day, focused on restoring circulation, metabolism, and longevity naturally. The core takeaway here is powerful. Your body sends blood where it feels safe. When meals are predictable, stress is lower, and nutrients arrive on rhythm, blood finally flows to the legs again. Next, we're going to talk about one final overlooked circulation amplifier, gentle daily triggers that keep blood moving without exhausting aging joints or stressing the nervous system. Section 6, Movement Signals, How to Unlock Circulation Without Overdoing It. The final piece of the circulation puzzle is this: blood flow improves most when the body feels safe to move it. And that safety signal doesn't come from intense workouts, long cardio sessions, or pushing through pain, especially for seniors. It comes from gentle, frequent, intelligent triggers that remind the nervous system it's okay to send blood to the legs. Here's what's really going on inside your body. Your nervous system plays a powerful role in circulation. When the sympathetic fight or flight system is dominant, blood vessels constrict. When the parasympathetic rest and repair system is active, blood vessels relax and open. Many seniors live in a low-grade stress state without realizing it. Poor sleep, worry, inflammation, blood sugar swings. And under those conditions, the body prioritizes survival over circulation. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine a town during a storm warning. Emergency services stay close to the center. Roads to the outskirts are restricted, but once the storm passes, access opens again. Your job is not to force circulation. It's to clear the storm signals. Now, here are the most effective, joint-friendly, science-backed circulation triggers you can use daily. Trigger number 1, ankle and calf pumping. The calves are often called the second heart because they help push blood back up from the legs. When they're inactive, blood pools. Protocol: several times per day, especially after sitting, do 30 to 60 seconds of ankle circles, toe raises, and heel lifts, even while seated. This alone can significantly increase blood flow to the feet. Trigger number 2, post-meal walking, revisited intentionally. A slow 5 to 10-minute walk after meals improves glucose disposal, lowers insulin, and directs blood to working leg muscles. This creates a positive feedback loop. Movement improves circulation, which makes future movement easier. Trigger number 3, contrast temperature exposure. Use gently. Warmth increases blood flow. Brief cool exposure trains vessels to dilate and contract more effectively. Simple version: end your shower with 15 to 30 seconds of cooler water on the legs, followed by warmth. Never force cold. comfort matters. Trigger number 4, foot-to-ground connection. Standing barefoot on natural surfaces or even firm flooring activates nerve endings in the feet that communicate directly with vascular control centers in the brain. This improves circulation reflexively. Even 2 to 3 minutes per day helps. Now, here's an important reminder. None of these tools work well if blood quality, insulin, inflammation, and nutrients are ignored. These are amplifiers, not replacements. When combined with the 12 foods we've discussed, leafy greens, beets, olive oil, fatty fish, garlic, berries, cruciferous vegetables, avocado, green tea, pumpkin seeds, beans or lentils, and cocoa, these triggers help lock in the gains. The key takeaway from this final section is simple. Circulation returns when the body trusts that movement is safe, fuel is steady, and stress is low. That trust is built through small, repeated signals, not heroic effort. Conclusion. Bringing it all together. Let's bring everything together now. If you've made it this far, you now understand something most people, and even many doctors, overlook. Poor circulation to the legs and feet isn't a plumbing problem. It's a signaling problem. It's driven by insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, blood that's too thick, a liver that's overworked, minerals that are depleted, and a nervous system that's stuck in survival mode. But here's the hopeful truth. Your body still knows how to heal. When you give it the right foods at the right time with the right rhythm, it responds. Blood vessels relax, nitric oxide flows, inflammation drops, blood thins, and oxygen finally reaches the places that have been starved for years. Here's your simple starting protocol. Eat 1 handful of leafy greens daily with olive oil. Include fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. Add 1 serving of beets or berries 3 to 4 times per week. Consume 1 to 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds daily. Drink 1 to 2 cups of green tea earlier in the day. Include 25-35 grams of protein per meal. Create a 12 to 14-hour overnight fast. Walk 5 to 10 minutes after meals. Do ankle pumps and calf raises throughout the day. Get morning sunlight and gentle movement. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with 3 foods and 1 movement trigger. Build from there. Consistency beats intensity every single time. If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. I post science-backed content like this every day, focused on restoring function, not managing decline. Your legs and feet are not broken. They're waiting for the right signals, and now you know how to send them.